Peeling paint, walls dripping with condensation and windows with shattered glass, there's something very eerie about an unlived-in building. From discarded hotels to ghost towns and flooded villages, we've rounded up some of the spookiest abandoned places in the world. Here are top 10 abandoned places you should never visit. At number 1 we have the Eastern State Penitentiary, Philadelphia, USA. Once the world's most expensive prison, from 1829 this Philadelphia facility boasted grand architecture, modern luxuries and notorious inmates including Al Capone. Since its closure in 1971, the complex has crumbled into a mass of deteriorating cell blocks, which are now recognized as a National Historic Landmark. At number 2 we have the Lee Plaza Hotel, Detroit, USA. The formerly luxurious Lee Plaza Hotel stands windowless and exposed. It is just one of Detroit's many abandoned places that mark the shocking decline of a major American city. Once at the center of a booming motor industry, but now a staggering 60% of the city's peak population has moved away, leaving behind a living example of urban decay. At number 3 we have the Winchester Mystery House, California, USA. Eccentric and extravagant, this Victorian mansion in California is a maze of dead ends, secret doorways and stairs that lead to nowhere. Driven by paranoia and superstition, the Sarah Winchester, widow of gun magnate William Wirt Winchester, began building in 1884 and ordered that construction should never cease. At number 4 we have the Bodie Ghost Town, California, USA. Settled by prospectors lured by the California Gold Rush in the mid-1800s. Its fortune was short-lived however. By the 1890s gold strikes elsewhere had drawn the crowds away, causing the population to dwindle. Frozen in time, this ghost town became a National Historical Landmark in the 1960s. Then at number 5 we have the Varosha, Cyprus. An urban museum of corroding classic cars, dilapidated high-rise hotels and shop fronts boasting the latest in 1970s fashion. Time froze in 1974. Once a favorite destination of the rich and famous, people today can only peep through barbed wire as nature reclaims the buildings. At number 6 we have the Rugong Hotel, Pyongyang. Unoccupied, unopened and never finished, the 105-story shell of the Rugong Hotel is a scar on Pyongyang's skyline and North Korea's pride. Construction on the hotel began in 1987 but stopped after 5 years due to a lack of funds. Despite nearly 2 decades of abandonment, construction resumed in 2008, but whether the hotel will ever be completed is open to debate. At number 7 we have the San Juan Parangaricutiro, Michoacán, Mexico. Defiantly protruding from a desolate landscape of ash and lava, this church tower is all that remains of the devastated village of San Juan Parangaricutiro. Beginning in 1943, successive eruptions of the Paracutan volcano slowly engulfed houses, streets and livelihoods, masking all signs of life under a black cloak of molten rock and ash. Then at number 8 we have the Kalyazin, Russia. Boldly rising 75 meters above the waterline, the bell tower of the flooded St. Nicholas Church marks the site where the Russian town of Kalyazin once stood. When the Uglich Reservoir was created in 1939, the town was purposely flooded, and the landscape was irreparably altered. At number 9 we have the ZKP Tagansky, Moscow, Russia. Hidden 60 meters below the streets of Moscow lies ZKP Tanansky, a 7,000 square meter space which once served as a secret Cold War-era communications center. This vast complex was designed to withstand a direct nuclear attack and filled with enough supplies to stay running for months afterwards. Finally at number 10 we have the Presidio Modelo, Cuba. Empty since 1967, this model prison still radiates desperation and paranoia. Its oppressive architecture was designed to create a sense of constant, invisible monitoring. Even though Fidel Castro was once an inmate here, under Castro's government the prison's population ballooned to over 6,000 enemies of the state. I hope you have liked this video. Please make sure to smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell for future videos. I will see you in the next one.